a female living in Arizona, a place known for paranormal encounters, extraterrestrial experiences, and all manner of weird hoodoo. Now, admittedly, I love the paranormal and have had a few minor experiences up to this point in my life, but what I experienced just an hour ago takes the cake. If you've ever been to the Southwest, you know one thing about the nights. They're dark, pitch black. Anyway, so it's about 11:30 at night, and I've dropped off my friend at his house. He lives in the middle of nowhere, after a day of hanging out, playing games, and watching one of my favorite horror flicks. I guess I was a touch on edge, and the fact that it had rained all day, and the sky was still shrouded by dark clouds that were blocking any and all natural moonlight from helping me see, may not have made it much better. And with so little light and a slippery road, you've got to be aware of everything to be safe. So I'm driving down a fairly well-lit but deserted stretch of road a few miles long to start heading back to civilization. All of a sudden, this chill, not really a chill, but a sensation of nope, just licks at the back of my neck. And I'm coming up on this odd blue light that's hitting the street in front of me, which is already slightly jarring, given the sickly yellow color of the streetlights around it. The second I pass under the blue light, it goes out, and I see a huge shadow pass over the road silently in front of me. At this point, I'm getting nervous because this is a bit too much for my already freaked out self. It doesn't get better from there either. I finally reach the highway, and I have the option to turn onto a back road that's under a ton of construction, or go down to the highway and get home from there. Naturally, abandoned back road with heavy construction loses, and I turn onto the highway. About this time, a smaller truck starts really flooring it, like climbing up my bumper as I'm headed towards home. People drive like this in Arizona constantly. They constantly want to go 30 above the speed limit, and if not that, then getting so far up your ass you'd think they were a thong. So it wasn't particularly abnormal at first. Basically, I'm driving down the highway and see my turnoff coming up. So I signal, and the second I do, so does this dude behind me in the truck. No big deal. Next turnoff comes up, this one's a left. And wouldn't you believe it, truck guy does the same a second or two after I signal. Again, not too freaky. But then I merge into the far right lane once I make the turn, and so does truck guy. At this point it's getting weird, but I haven't given up hope. So I continue passing the main entrance of the strip mall that's near my house, and the second I signal to turn again, and then merge into the far right lane once more, truck guy does the same, staying very close on my tail and always signaling just a moment after me. At this point, all my memories of hearing people saying they were followed kicks in, and I'm trying to think about how I can ensure I don't lead this creep right to my front door. So it hits me. Make 3 consecutive turns in the same direction. And if they're following you, you'll know because 3 turns leads you into a circle. So I think, sure, there's a back entrance to the mall, so I'll pretend to turn in there. I turn towards the mall, stopping at the right turn lane, and truck guy whizzes past me. I take a breath and go back up the road towards my house. I'm determined to get this guy's plates, just in case I did. I repeated the numbers over and over in my head and out loud in the silence of the cab of my truck. This time, luckily, I was the one following, and it made me feel safer, more in control. I watch the truck guy turn onto a street, and once I see he's gone, I drive past and double check in my rear view that the guy isn't back behind me again. Luckily, I don't see him, but right about now, I'm really starting to get the creeps. I'm only a mile or 2 from my house now, and everything is starting to come to a calm. I make it home, looking around before I hop out of my truck, and hold my keys close, my finger on the panic button. For those of you who don't know, a panic button on a car's FOB can be crazy handy. Keep those keys in your hand when walking alone on a dark street or in a dark place, If someone gets close to you, hold that button down and the alarm will blare and every set of eyes in the area will be on you in a matter of minutes. And you can bet that whoever's trying to get close won't stick around with all the witnesses peeking out to see what the racket is. Finally, I get inside and I realize just as I'm getting to my bedroom, I forgot to take the trash cans to the curb. So it's midnight now, and here I am dragging a set of cans down my driveway in the pitch dark. Something again doesn't feel right. It's so quiet. No crickets, no birds, not even bats are flying around. Then, as I'm glancing around suspiciously, trying to see anything in the darkness, I spot it. Near the open desert at the end of my street, a tall, pale man is standing just outside of the glow of a neighbor's garage lights. Just standing there, staring. There were no discernible facial features, just an extremely tall, pale, and lanky form. At this point, I've seen enough, and I sprint back into the house as my dog starts barking like crazy. I watched the garage door close and then ran right to my room. I've been hearing scratches on my bedroom window, but I'm too scared to open the blinds and peek out. What if whatever is scratching is staring back when I do? I've got a blade right next to my bed, not taking any more chances with the creepy shit tonight. Let's just hope I make it till morning with whatever this thing scratching my window is outside.